So, to summarize this video, I would say prepare to suffer, and please keep in mind that clips like the one you see in the background right now are not really a representation of my whole experience, and are certainly not a representation of the whole footage I got. Yeah, as 99% of the footage is just me falling into the water, getting really angry and throwing my pedal. So yeah, for the setup, I can now proudly announce that I'm sponsored by Vampire Boards from now on. They make these amazing handmade, full carbon, super light SUP Foil Downwind boards, wing boards, pump boards, all different kinds of boards. And yeah, in this video I've been using the 7.6 by 19 paired with the Gong Velocity XXL. In the first session the 65 centimeter mast, and the alt 4D step. And yeah, this exact test board is up for sale right now, so hit me up if you're interested, and I actually ordered the exact same size for me. So after getting the Flatwater pop-up a few times, I was extremely excited to try it in the waves. And yeah, I had completely unhealthy, unrealistic expectations about how my first few downwind sessions would go. And yeah, I really got my spirit crushed. So the first thing is the balance. I already had some problems balancing this 19 wide board in the flat water, especially with the 65 centimeter mast. But boy oh boy, in the waves it gets so much worse. And it goes up to a point where I wasn't even really able to knee on the board. And yeah, I tried kneeing on it, fell into the water again. And with the course of the session, I got a bit more control, but I would say the longest time that I stood on the board was maybe 5 seconds. And this was with pedaling, with the pedal on the side. So yeah, this was just really annoying. And I gotta say, this was, yeah, probably the worst time I had on the water since, I don't know, since a really long time. And I had some pretty gnarly kite mares already, but from a frustration scale this was way worse, as yeah, I just didn't see the reason. It just kept on not working, and yeah, it really broke my spirit and connected me to inner feelings of rage and anger, which I haven't had in I don't know, a long time. But yeah, I got rewarded by 3 small rides really close to the beach towards the end of the session. But yeah, I was still so frustrated. My mood was, yeah, completely down, and yeah, this was no fun. And I think if you want to learn downwinding, you will have to go through this phase of, yeah, having no fun on the water. But yeah, then I thought I gotta make it a bit easier for myself, as I just couldn't balance the 65 centimeter mast, and changed to the 85 centimeter mast, which is probably not the best of advice, as basically everybody who can properly downwind told me go for 75 or smaller in the beginning, but yeah, I just couldn't balance it. And yeah, then the second and the third session came. So by the way, the first session was 3 hours, second and third sessions were 2 hours each. And yeah, from now on in this video I'm gonna try to focus on the upside, on the positive parts, to yeah, to give some hope and show that it can be beneficial to try this stuff. So yeah, on the 85 centimeter mast I was able to stay on the board for, yeah, a bit more than 2 seconds. So yeah, I managed to pedal a bit and to move and to stay on it for like maybe 15 seconds or something, which made it so much better. And all of a sudden it wasn't like this exhausting mental game anymore, as I could just stay on the board for some time, kind of catch my breath and see what kind of bumps were coming. But I also immediately realized that the 85 centimeter mast, it's the new one from Gong, it's more draggy than the old one, way more stable, but also more draggy and needs a lot of more power. And yeah, so the key aspects I took away from this third session were probably, first of all, the pedal timing. I think you need to be quite fast, but not as fast as with the Flatwater pop-up, as the wave does really push you, but you need to get the timing right. And this is so strange to me, as I don't really have a feeling for when the wave is coming from behind me, which then makes it really strange to pedal as you're moving up and down and still have to balance it all out. And yeah, I still kept on falling in a lot and just missing the timing, like accelerating at the wrong times and then losing my balance before the wave even came and pushed. And another thing is I really need to work on my pedal technique, as I pedaled in U-turns most of the time. So yeah, when I was staying and waiting for waves, I basically looked against them and then started to pedal kind of into them, making a U-turn and then trying to time it in a way that I was going in the wave's direction by the time that it came up to me. But I always turned like around 90 degrees in the, I don't know, 15 strokes I took to accelerate myself. And I think I really need to work on that to keep on pedaling in a straight, more forward kind of motion. Then the next thing was nosediving. I think I might have made it a little bit too hard for myself to go on the 7.6 pi 19 for the first session. Not only is it unstable to the sides, I mean it's epic once you're up, but the way there is, I don't know if it's gonna get easier with a bigger board, but I nosedived it a lot. So while pedaling, if the wave comes from behind, the power shifts and you have to adjust to that super quickly. So I often had the feeling that I just nosedived the board into the wave coming up from behind me, which even sometimes worked surprisingly, but mostly didn't. And yeah, I would not really recommend it. And yeah, the next thing would be the wave selection. The wave speed is completely different than what I'm used to, as I'm mostly in the boat wakes, and boat wakes are pretty slow. These waves are pretty fast, so it's strange how fast they come. And yeah, they also feel like they have a lot of more power. I mean, this day had 0.3 to 0.6 meter waves forecast, but due to the fact that these waves are so fast, you can really harness some power out of them, which just feels amazing to me. And yeah, now for the best part. Once you're up and flying, the feeling is just insane. I mean, I had about 10 good rides in the third session. Luckily, I got almost all of them on video, thanks to my girlfriend for that. And the feeling is just amazing, especially like with this board, which is really, really light. It feels a bit like my prone setup. I think they're about the same weight actually. So yeah, you can really throw the thing around, you can carve it, and it just feels amazing to be up on a so huge board, to be able to be pedaling in those waves, because I think without this board there would be no way of pedaling into these waves, especially like when you see the white water. It's like knee deep or less there, so no way of prone pedaling in at a spot like this. And yeah, it's just unreal that it works, and I'm super hooked. I have to say, like, it was probably the most emotional roller coaster of 3 sessions I had in, I don't know, 5 years since learning to kite or something. But that's a lot of downsides, a lot of anger, a lot of frustration. But then once you get it going, the feeling is just insane, and I'm super hooked now. So I think this year is gonna be mostly about downwinding for me, and I can't wait to get better at it. I can't wait to try it in a bit more of wind, as this day also had only below 10 knots of wind, so I think the wind swell could be a bit stronger to make it a bit easier to pop up and to pedal in. But I just can't wait to get better at it. And even though I suffered a lot, it really had some upsides, and it was just amazing. I can't wait to do more of it, and I hope you enjoyed it.